All right, so we are looking at the back door here of my computer. Not like that, gross sickos. No, but this is where the PSU goes. So I need to pull this panel off. So this is just so you're oriented here. So this is where I just mounted my, can you see my motherboard here? I just mounted that to the case. Now, if we rotate this way, I'm going to pull off the second panel here and install the power supply. So this might be its own separate video, but the motherboard install didn't go perfectly smoothly. I was trying to figure out what screws do what. It seems like there's always. Okay, so I just unscrew this. I feel like it needs to come this way because there's a handle here. Sure enough, came that way. All right, let me put this down. And then I'm going to come around here and I'm going to lay this down like this. So I and you can see what's going on. So you can see, again, the bundle of wires we have here. Oh, I got to be careful. Wow. See, I just totally bent this. This is my reset button. Reset system. All right, and here's this one says SATA power. All right. So this right here is where the PSU goes. Let me go open up the PSU. Do you want me to do that on camera? Let me bring it over here. All right, here we go. What's the easiest way to open these things? It looks like this flap opens up right here. Let's get a sharp object on it and go from there. High performance ATX power supply. As opposed to what? Like, are there? I guess there are. Here, oh, it opens like this then. And there you have it. That's just nothing. Let me. What is this? More zip ties. All right, we'll throw that with the zip tie collection. We have some eggs here. Some eggs here. Cage free. Don't worry, everybody. 100% organic. Nothing here was man-made. Here's my cable. Here are a plethora of power cables. Do you know what plethora means? All right, done. Let's get this yeeted. Safety and compliance information. This device cannot cause interference. All right. Silent operation at low to moderate loads. In this mode, the fan will not spin. Thanks for that. Yoink. Yeet. All right. What is this? Remove before installing. Look, they put melty plastic everywhere. This will handle intense heat as long as you don't forget to remove all the plastic. This wish would just name this whole series just Peely Plastic. Peely Plastic. Come on. Peel this plastic off. Peely Plastic. All right. Now, here's a chart. Do you guys like reading charts? Have at it. All right, so these will mount here, 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 and here. I can mount this in either orientation. No, I can't. So this doesn't have a window. And so if I don't want to mount the fan down, I want to mount the fan upward so that way it can breathe. Okay, glad we sorted that out. Right there. All right, that looks good. Does that look good, everybody? Let's get some screws. I think I put them in here. Okay, was there a specific one for the power supply? I don't remember. Where's the accessory list? Here we go, found it. All right. Power, it's these. It's the ones with the hex, like, you know how you have like bolts with like the hex top, it's those. So it'll be these. Yeah, okay. 1, 2, all right, well, we can load up. Let's put this up here. And let's get a couple of these finger tight to hold this in place. All right, where is that? There it is. I wonder if any like PSU makers are like, we're going to be unique and we're not going to use the same threads as everybody else. Can you imagine how annoying that would be? How come our PSUs aren't selling? I wonder. Oh, I see. So not only do they have the hex top, they also have these anti-spin, what do they call it? The locks? I know the name for it, I just can't think of it right now. All right, here we go. Put that finger tight. Installed. Done. Thanks for coming, everybody. We got so many cables, and I got another screw I'm going to put right here. All right, let's see if I can find another one of these awesome little screws here. Screw here, and then the other one over there, and then... Why do I feel like this one's not seated properly? Let's try this one again. And then we have this, which goes right there. It's kind of tight, so I can see how it wouldn't go all the way in finger tight. All right, either way, that feels good, so I'll just leave it. So let's, I'm gonna tighten these. I think it's okay to tighten these. Can anybody give me a reason not? Speak now or forever hold your peace. 12 years down the road, somebody will be like, wrong. So my tripod is right here. I can't get my big screwdriver in here. Let's get my little screwdriver in here. Little stubbins. I have stubbins. Okay. PSU. Here we go. Normally I'd plug it in to see if the fan comes on, but no, it's a special one. The fan doesn't come on. All right, that was pretty straightforward. So as I'm looking at this, now we just need to fix the space-time continuum. Look at this mess. Look at this tangled mess. It's like, here's a bowl of spaghetti. I want you to straighten every single strand, every single spaghetto out. Is that the singular for spaghetti, spaghetto? Every spaghetto in a straight line, organized from thinnest or from shortest to longest. That's what I'm doing right here. My goodness, look at this. Is this sealed? Good thing that's sealed. Have no fear. We have scissors. That'd be terrible if I cut one of these. All right. So I'm sure these are all labeled, right? Like this is your main power supply. Type 4. Thanks for that. What's this? I don't know. What's this one for? Is this type 4? Nope, that has no types. Here we go. This is that one's clear. Yeah. More clarity. This looks like SATA power, doesn't it? Interesting. Here we go. CPU. Oh, now we're getting down. All right, here's a CPU power. That one's an important one. Like you could do anything without all these, whatever. See, and look at how these are lined like in parallel. This looks like very much like SATA power to me for drives. PCIe. Oh, hey, that's good. We need that for GPU. No label. No label. All right, good. Let's just plug and play and hope for the best. What's the worst thing that could possibly happen? All right. So starting with this big fat one. we're going to unzip this here, because that's just not going to reach. I believe in cable management and compact cables, but that's just... All right, here we go. Type 4, Type 4, massive. I imagine this is the PSU. Let's go around the other side. Okay, so here, let's see if I can show you this. I need to be very careful here. See, my reset button. I'm worried about my reset button. Remember, this is my photo. So the reset, the text is on top. If this thing falls out, I can't figure out where it goes there. All right. Always take pictures of everything. Or videos. Okay, keep all these little screws safe. All right. Now we are going to move this out of the way. Safety and compliance information. We always read everything, right? Install in accordance. Some high voltage is present. It's present for indoor use only. Keep it away from water. Do you see that? Liquid cooled, folks. Keep it away from water. High temperature, high humidity environments. Heat sources. Don't modify things. Uses modular cables. Use only cables designated to be compatible with your particular power supply model. All right. 24 main power connector is detachable 4-pin connector. This connector is not a P4 or ATX 12 volt power connector. Do not use this connector separately from the 12 pin on any other socket on the motherboard. Wow, all right. Glad they told me that. And that's it. It was 2 pages, this whole booklet. And then it's just the rest of the languages, which include French, Dutch, Netherlands, Svenska, Italiano, Espanol, Portuguese, Polski. All right, so let's make sure everything is clear here. Very gingerly, I'm going to rock this up and show you what I'm looking at. I'm going to spend the next 2 years of my life figuring out this. Can you see here? I need to move some lights. I'll be right back. So, power supply we got right here. I moved some lights so we could see better. And I think we can see better here. So just looking here, this is the motherboard connector. This all goes down to this one that I've located on the motherboard. So we need this one. And so these 2 pins go here. This is what, a 10 pin, and this looks like, what, 18? Am I counting that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 18. Yeah, so 18 and 10 pins. Those will go in there. So that one's pretty straightforward. Next, I looked on the motherboard. Looks like we have 2. I'll show you when we flip it over. I think I have 2 CPU connectors. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, here's one CPU. This is an 8-pin. Yep, okay. And this one is CPU. Okay, good. So we have 2 of these. And I'm not sure if you can read right here, but this one has a PCI and CPU. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. So I want to put the CPUs here and any PCI for my GPU here, I think. Then we have some SATA connectors as well. So motherboard, all right. I think that's right. So here's my fan. Can you see? Yeah, you can. Okay, so my fan controller here. I think I need power for this, don't I? Here, let me look. What is this? So this is SATA power. Okay, yeah. So I do need a SATA cable for my fans to connect here. Reset. What is this? Ground D0 5-volt LED out. Okay, so this is for LED. Rev 2. Okay, we have fan 1, fan 2, fan 3, fan 4. They have a connector here for another fan. All right, so let's see. Do I have a SATA cable? Okay, hold on a second. What do I have? I'm holding on to CPU. Okay, I'm going to install another PCI cable for our GPU, and that will be this one right here, PCIe. This is a 6-pin. Hold on a second. I think, but it has this extra. Let me look. So here's a SATA cable. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to use for the fans. What is this? This is USB 3.0. Okay, I think that goes into the motherboard. Okay, hold on. See, you gotta make sure everything is squared away here. It just takes a hot minute. I need an 8-pin PCIe connector here. Okay, hold on. There's one on the ground. Let me pull this one up. What is this one? PCIe 8-pin. Okay, this is the one we want. Okay, so this is going to run to my GPU. Hopefully my GPU. PCIe. Okay. And then, so let's start installing these. Since I did hard wire my I screwed it in place already, I'm going to do these back ones first so I can easily plug them in. Otherwise, they'll be blocked by these plugs up front. All right, so let's do motherboard first. We have our, what did we decide it was, 18-pin? Fits beautifully. Click. And the other one. Click. All right. So now we have a power routing question. So there are these little rubber, I don't know if this is going to show up, but there are these little rubber flaps right here. Is that showing up? These little rubber flaps right here. So you can stick things through this zone right here. I don't know, I don't want it really rubbing against the metal. I'm just going to stick it through here for now. Trying not to damage the motherboard. Safely tucked away from the motherboard. It's kind of twisted. We'll sort that out. Okay, now we need these two CPU. So these, I like these because they're labeled CPU. So when they're on the other side, I can see that they're CPU. And also notice how fat these clips are. They won't fit here. Okay, so looking at that. And they also have this ridge right here. So it means that we're going to plug in the other side, these sides with the little clips, into these 8-pin sockets right here. 1 and 2. All right, and then we decided we do need a SATA for the fans. Where did that? I'm very gentle here with everything. Here it is. So here's the SATA power. Okay, so we need that. Here's our hard drive slots. Oh, these go out through that. Okay, I see. All right. Not accessible from the inside, accessible from the exterior. Okay, so SATA power. So we have a SATA power cable here. All right, that looks good. All right, so I will be sure we identify everything properly here. Okay, so I'm going to use the SATA one way up here out of the way in case I want to add more in the future. It'll be easier to add them than up here. I doubt I'll have need this much power. Click. All right, I'm just going to plug this one in now. I'm going to have to do some solution. So here's SATA power, SATA power. There should be a little hook right there. And it goes like this. And it should just slide in. Let's make sure we're doing it right. There's the lip. There's the SATA power. All right, yeah. Click, all right. Lovely. So our fans are currently powered. I want to take pressure off this pin, so I need to mount this in such a way that it takes pressure off that pin. All right, so let's pull these through this one. I wonder if we want this one going around the, up along here to take pressure off of that. That might be the solution. So let's pull these through. We're doing this live, we're figuring this out. So keep these away from the motherboard. Let's untwist this big one. There we go. Okay. Now, do I unplug this? Proving to be a little bit difficult to unplug. Let's pull it around up here for cable management. And this will also be nice because I can add something down here too. So I'm going to actually use this end one this time. Now that we have confirmed this will work. Make sure that ridge is lined up. There's a ridge right here, corresponding ridge in the plug. And so we just casually pop that in there. Okay, so this we can bind up here to this frame, take pressure off that, and allow easy access for any extra drives we want. So now the question is, do I use zip ties or Velcro? I'm going to try using some Velcro here just for this one, even though it's not that important. But the fans are super important. We have lots of these Velcro things in addition to the ones that came with this, so I'm just going to use Velcro in this situation. All right, so let's pull this through, and Velcro that. Nothing but professionalism here. Yeah. This needs to be much wider. Oh look, there's a port right here. I can also run cables through that. Good to know. All right, it's a little bit bigger. And we'll do this for real this time. I did that wrong. How many ways can I do this wrong? We want that to go through there and come back. Let's flip this upside down. Let's flip this the other direction. See if that's how it's supposed to be. What's weird to me is that it seems like it's supposed to come over the top like this, but that's not how it's supposed to be. Instead, it wants me to wrap it like this, which is interesting. Huh. Never seen that before. Anyway, so cinch it down and then just wrap it. Weird. All right, well, that's what they gave us. That's what we're going to run with. Okay, so the pressure's off. Okay, good. So there's no pressure on that one. The reset switch is still here. We need to wire that into our motherboard. I might pull these through this one, but the power supply goes through here. All right, so we're connected. No, we're not, because we need our PCIe for our GPU. Is this the only one I have? Yeah, here's another PCIe. Okay, so we have a couple. Let's run this one then. Here's another SATA cable. Here's another SATA cable. I'm not going to run those. All right, so let's plug this one in. And again, let's run it here. Let's pull that as delicately as we can through this opening right here. All right, so next up, we are going to flip this over and connect all of that stuff we jammed through there. So let's roll this over. Okay, so let's run some connections and then let's see how we can manage these best, okay? This should just take a second. The big, what is that, 28 pin? I forget, we counted. That goes in there, clicked. The CPU ones go up here. Can you see that on? They're going in these slots right here. So this one and that one. CPU slots. They're labeled ATX 12 volt 24x2. Okay, there's one. Is this, yep, here's another CPU. That one goes right here. and we're wired. So I need to figure out how to manage these. I'll think about that, take a little break here, and I'll be right back.